Hello everyone. Today we're going to do a router on a stick configuration. In this setup, we're going to have a router, one switch, and two PCs. We'll add the router, and let's get a switch. We'll go with the 2960, and we'll get our two PCs. First thing, I'm going to rename these. Router will be R1, switch will be SW1, and the PCs will do PC1 and PC2. First thing we need to do is get these connected. PC1, we'll use the Ethernet port, and I'm going to go to fast 01. For PC2, I'm going to go to fast 02. And from the router, we'll go from G000 to G01. First thing I want to do is configure the IPs on the PCs. I'm going to go to desktop IP configuration. I'm going to do two VLANs. I'm going to do VLAN 10 and I'm going to do VLAN 20. The IPs I'm going to use are going to be 10.0.10.1 and 10.0.20.1 for the PC IPs here. And then the default gateway, we're just going to use the .254 on the same subnet. We can confirm these settings by doing ipconfig/all. We have the IP, we have the subnet mask, and then we have our default gateway. These default gateways are what we're going to be configuring on the router. Go to PC2, ipconfig here, 10.0.20.1, 255.255.255.0, and gateway is going to be 10.0.20.254. Confirm that we have the PCs configured with IPs. We have the ports that they're plugging into, which we could see is F01 and F02. We're going to go ahead and configure those with the VLANs. We'll go to enable mode, and then configuration modes. We'll go to the first interface. PC1 is connected to this one. We're going to assign this one access LAN of 10, since that's the one that's going to be on. We'll do a switch port, access, VLAN 10. It says it doesn't exist. It's going to go ahead and create it. We're going to go over to interface 02. We're going to do the VLAN 20 on it. We need to configure the trunk port that is connecting up to the router. That's going to allow multiple VLANs to flow up to the router. We will go to that interface here. We will just do a switch port mode trunk. Let's go to the router. Router, we're going to use what they call sub interfaces, since these are going to be where the default gateways live. They're going to be running across a trunk to a physical interface. We'll do a show IP interface brief. We can see that this is the physical interface that we're connected to. We'll be creating sub interfaces off of that. Let's go with configuration mode. We will go to that interface. First thing I'm going to do is just do a no shut on it. Since it's a router interface, it's going to be shut off by default. We're going to create the sub interfaces. I'm going to do .10. The way you create a sub interface is you select that interface, the physical interface. You can do a dot, whatever that number is. I like to correlate my sub interface number with the VLANs. First thing we need to do is do an encapsulation, basically assigning the VLAN. We're using .1Q. We will use VLAN 10. From there, I'm going to assign an IP address. We're going to do the 10.0.10.254 subnet mask with a /24. We know the interface is already up because it shows it right here. So let's go over to the next, or create the next interface. It's going to be the .20. We're going to do the encap again. You can use short commands for this. We're going to assign the IP 10.0.20.254 subnet mask with /24. I'm going to save that. Check the interfaces real quick. We know these are good. We can see that they're up. They also have the IPs assigned to them. And that's it. Let's go to PC1. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to ping the default gateway. which is this 10.0.10.254. The next thing I'm going to ping is I'm going to do the default gateway. That's the other sub interface. We don't have a firewall in the way. We should get a response here. The last thing is, can we ping PC2? That's probably resolving ARP, so it's going to fail the first one. We got those. And that's it. Thanks for watching.